Welcome to Rand Score C morning briefing for Friday the 12th of June 2009. Just gone through 8:30 now in London, a quick look around the markets for you. Obviously much of the focus here, and market reaction this morning still following on the coattails of a very decent auction out of the 30-year notes from the US yesterday. Obviously we did see that 10-year wasn't that great, and that did have some concerns in pre-market leading up to that 30-year note issue, but again quite aggressively bid there also by foreign demand. So the market's greeting that very positively, with the upward moves seen in Treasury futures overnight, as well as Bunds gilts as well following up and trading higher in Bunds around 46 at the moment. As well, also aiding that upward move in Treasury prices this morning. Obviously, as mentioned, the main focus on the auction, but obviously with the recent rhetoric out of the likes of Russia questioning very much the interest in buying US assets. Coming out of Japan, they're looking to soothe market fears at the moment. Japanese Finance Minister Yasano saying that the trust in US Treasuries is unshakable, in quite a US pro statement that he made overnight. Taking a look elsewhere as well related to the US, another positive sign as well for Treasury prices. The latest poll of economists out of the Wall Street Journal suggests that most do not expect the US Fed to raise rates anytime soon, or indeed this year, out of that 0 to 0.25% range. Also, another thing just to be aware of though, that could get some attention when the US comes in, again is from the Wall Street Journal. They're saying that the Fed officials are not likely to consider increased purchases of USTs and mortgage-backed securities when they meet at the end of this month. However, facing rising bond yields and fresh signs of an improving economy, officials could make other adjustments, according to the journal, citing its own sources. Just looking elsewhere, to be aware of in Asia, did see the Chinese industrial production for May came out at 8.9%, quite a lot stronger than the 7.7 analysts were looking for, and in line with the rumours we heard earlier in the week. And also on a positive note, the Japanese consumer confidence also beat expectations, and in Asia we have seen comments from George Soros saying that Chinese economic growth may exceed its current forecasts. Looking elsewhere, with much of the focus this week has been on the dollar and its global currency role. Noting that Fed's Lockhart said that the dollar role as currency reserve may decline on a relative basis over time, but does not expect any serious near-term challenge to the dollar's role, and that any change in status would be very gradual. Noting as well that Lockhart did say that US deficits must be addressed, and that he is confident the Fed will shortly have the tools it needs to shrink its balance sheet, but he has not made up his mind yet in terms of extending any Treasury purchases. Quick look in UK news. Did see the Bank of England release their quarterly bulletin. They said it was too soon to tell what impact the £125 billion programme they have in place has had on the market at the moment. That was one of the main things coming out of the bulletin. And elsewhere, they did also say that more than 1 in 10 British households may have fallen into negative equity, similar to levels seen in mid-1990s. Allied to that as well, still growing concerns on the continued uptick in the unemployment situation in the UK. The FT article today citing economists saying that UK unemployment might reach a peak of just less than 3 million by next year. And elsewhere, finally, the Chancellor in the UK, Darling, he said he's confident but cautious over the health of the economy, although he has questioned the rising oil prices could dampen any future recovery. Just quick look in equities, we're pretty much mixed to flat at the moment in Europe. Noting that in Asia, we did see the Nikkei move above 10,000 on the close for the first time in 8 months for the session, up 1.5%. And big news this morning has been Barclays. They have confirmed the receipt of that $13.5 billion bid from BlackRock. So looking ahead then, we'll be looking at the Eurozone industrial production at 10 o'clock, and US figures today will be import price index. We'll also see the Michigan report. A bit later on, there'll be the June prelim at 3 o'clock this afternoon.